Hi artists, welcome back to Art This Week. This week we're going to talk about Hmong art and culture. Hmong people come from Laos and Thailand. Maybe you are listening, maybe you are Hmong. If you're not, you might have friends in your class that are. I want to talk this week about two things that are really important to Hmong culture. First one is storytelling. We're going to listen to a story and we're going to learn about story cloths, is a type of artwork that a lot of Hmong people make that is using sewing, and it makes a picture to tell a story. Here's an example of a Hmong story cloth. This is to represent Hmong New Year. It's made with fabric and thread. And here's a storycloth map that shows the Hmong people coming to America. Now I want to read you this Hmong folktale, and you'll notice the pictures look like storycloths, and I want you to pay close attention to the tiger and how this black bird tricks the tiger. Listen to the whole book, and at the end, I'm going to give you more instructions. Nine-in-One Grr Grr, told by Blia Zhang, adapted by Kathy Spagnoli, illustrated by Nancy Home. Many years ago, when the earth was nearer the sky than it is today, there lived the first tiger. She and her mate had no babies, and so the lonely tiger often thought about the future, wondering how many cubs she would have. Tiger decided to visit the great god Shao, who lived in the sky, who was kind and gentle and knew everything. Surely Shao could tell her how many cubs she would have. Tiger set out on the road that led to the sky. She climbed through forests of striped bamboo and wild banana trees, past plants curved like rooster tail feathers, and over rocks shaped like sleeping dragons. At last, Tiger came to a stone wall. Beyond the wall was a garden where children played happily under a plum tree. A large house stood nearby, its colorful decorations shining in the sun. This was the land of the great Shao, a peaceful land without sickness or death. Shao himself came out to greet Tiger. The silver coins dangling from his belt sounded softly as he walked. "Why did you come here, Tiger?" he asked gently. "Oh, great Shao," answered Tiger respectfully, "I am lonely and want to know how many cubs I will have." Shao was silent for a moment. Then he replied, 9 each year." "How wonderful," purred Tiger. "Oh, thank you so much, great Shao." And she turned to leave with her good news. "One moment, Tiger," said Shao. "You must remember carefully what I said. The words alone tell you how many cubs you will have. Do not forget them, for if you do, I cannot help you." At first, Tiger was happy as she followed the road back to Earth. But soon she began to worry. "Oh dear," she said to herself, "my memory is so bad. How will I ever remember those important words of Shao?" She thought and she thought. At last she had an idea. "I'll make up a little song to sing. Then I won't forget." So Tiger began to sing. 9-in-1 Grr Grr, 9-in-1 Grr Grr. Down the mountain went Tiger, past rocks shaped like sleeping dragons, past the plants curved like rooster tail feathers, through the forests of striped bamboo and wild banana trees. Over and over she sang her song. 9-in-1 Grr, grr. 9-in-1 Grr, grr. As Tiger came closer to her cave, she passed through clouds of tiny white butterflies. She heard monkeys and barking deer. She saw green striped snakes, quails, and pheasants. None of the animals listened to her song, except one big, clever blackbird, the ewe bird. Said Bird to herself. I wonder why Tiger is coming down the mountain, singing that song and grinning from ear to ear. I'd better find out. So Bird soared up the ladder, which was a shortcut to Xiao's home. Oh, wise Xiao, asked Bird politely, why is Tiger singing over and over, 9-in-1 grr grr, 9-in-1 grr grr? And Xiao explained that he had just told Tiger she would have 9 cubs each year. That's terrible, squawked Bird. If Tiger has 9 cubs each year, they will eat all of us. Soon there will be nothing but tigers in the land. You must change what you said, O Xiao. I cannot take back my words, sighed Xiao. I promised Tiger that she would have 9 cubs every year as long as she remembered my words. As long as she remembered your words, repeated Bird thoughtfully. Then I know what I must do, O great Xiao. Bird now had a plan. She could hardly wait to try it out. Quickly, she returned to Earth in search of Tiger. Bird reached her favorite tree as old Grandmother Sun was setting, just in time to hear Tiger coming closer and closer and still singing 9-in-1 grr grr, 9-in-1 grr grr. Tiger was concentrating so hard on her song that she didn't even see Bird landing in the tree above her. Suddenly, Bird began to flap her wings furiously. Flap, 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 went Bird's big black wings. Who's that? Cried Tiger. It's only me, answered Bird innocently. Tiger looked up and growled at Bird. Grr, grr, Bird, you made me forget my song with all your noise. Oh, I can help you, chirped Bird sweetly. I heard you walking through the woods. You were singing 1-in-9 grr grr, 1-in-9 grr grr. Huh. Oh, thank you, Bird, cried Tiger. I will have 1 cub every 9 years. How wonderful! This time I won't forget. So Tiger returned to her cave singing happily. 1-in-9 grr grr, 1-in-9 grr grr. And that is why the Hmong people say we don't have too many tigers on the earth today. The end. Did you catch how that black bird tricked the tiger so there wouldn't be so many tigers on the earth? Now, your job is to draw a picture telling a story using some animals. Make up any picture you want, and you're going to use animals to tell a story. It can be something you already know, or it could be something you're making up in your mind using your imagination. So we're using a little bit of our theater brain here too. So you're going to draw a picture with animals that tell a story and submit it here.